60 seconds. Make sure you get your questions going, guys. We're just going to be sort of chatting back and forth. Hello, YouTube.
Oh, g'day, guys. We're on. This is it.
We've got it all happening. So
I don't even know where to look. There's too many lookouts.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So the guys on YouTube, give us a couple of thumbs up just to make sure that we are all coming through clear.
Yeah, Dash is on.
That'll be good. Dash, beautiful. All right. So yeah, welcome, guys. We just thought it'd be pretty cool. Obviously, you've seen if you've obviously followed the channels, we've been a couple of months in Western Australia, been hanging out with the big Chris and Sean from Big Oz and the kids. So we've been doing a lot of full driving, a lot of traveling, and these guys are here in Mildura, which is our hometown. So
yeah,
we thought we'd catch up and have a bit of fun and talk all things caravanning, camping, forward driving, Y62 patrols. That's our niche. So I thought it's not really that often you sort of get to jump on live and I guess have these conversations. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we've got some goodies here. So we've gone out. Sputter Melly 4x4 has given us some nice discounts. So we've got a muck mat here. We've gone out and bought this off our own back for you guys to show our appreciation to you guys. So
nothing but the best bloody addition you need in any caravan or camping situation. All smalls. If you don't know what they are, make sure you jump over and have a look at them. But tonight you can win yourself a few of these because I think we've got half the bloody shop here. That's for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, for you guys here, we've got some all smalls on here. So hang your knickers up. You can chuck them on display. Even if you're not washing them at the front of the caravan, it's a good look. So these things are worth its weight in gold.
And a couple of stubby coolers. Like you can't not go past a couple of stubby coolers. So we got plenty of those as well. And we've got something special too for our end of things because I don't know if you tuned in yesterday. We did a Instagram live, and I dropped a keyword on that live to let you know that you can win something special from Anaconda. So yeah,
there's been a couple of little words coming through. I've been seeing it over here.
We'll give it good. And I'll see if anyone comes out with it a bit later. But we'll do that later on because that's one of the bigger prizes. And we'll do that later on, which would be good.
Yeah.
Boys,
so
I'm going to interrupt. You need to move in closer.
Right. We need to.
We've been told.
Hang on.
Yeah, move this table back.
Come here, big boy.
I thought we had this nailed.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, all good. Well, all right. Well, yeah. Look. Again, we've sort of introduced ourselves. Most of you sort of know who we are. If not, again, we're across sort of both channels here. Yeah, I'm Josh from Traveling Campers.
Yeah, Chris from Big Oz Explorers. So if you don't know who we are, we're our family Ford traveling around Oz and been on the road for 2 years now, as most of you know. But it's been an absolute roller coaster of awesome times and great camp spots and just seeing Australia for what it is. And we've always encouraged people to get out there and do the same sort of thing. And that's what it's all about is just living your best life and getting out there and doing what you want. So, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And you guys have been on the road for 2 years now.
2 years, yeah. Literally just clicked over 2 years. So, yeah, pretty exciting. We've got a lot of, I reckon there's a few more years in us yet to go. We've been asked that quite a few times. How long are you going to keep going for? What's happening sort of stuff. So, yeah, a little bit of an insight. We'll be, I reckon, at least another 2 years easy. There's still so much of Australia that we haven't seen. And we've done it slower than most other people. So, yeah, it's a big place, lots to offer, and while we're young, the kids are young. Like, why the bloody hell not? We might as well just rip in and make the most of it. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. We're about to click over 1 year full time on the road, which is pretty bloody exciting. It's just one of those things. We just for the guys that following us, literally, I think it was like 3 weeks from the time we decided to sell the house to the time we get settled and we moved out. It was very, very quick, and we're nearly here. Yeah, 1 year later. Couldn't be happier. So yeah, we're about to head off up to Cape York, Brisbane Caravan show. If you guys are going to be up there, we'll be up there for 6 days with Lotus. So make sure if you're going to be up there, it'll be an awesome time to catch up in person and whatever, and talk some caravans and meet in person. We always like catch up with how many people we caught up with along the. Even when we've been with you guys, like just
it is a really big community on the road, and it's something special. I don't know. You don't know until you've hit the road and you've sort of experienced it for yourself because there's a ton of people out there. But it's the cool thing about it is everybody's on the road for similar reasons. They're out there to explore and see things and share their moments and experiences with their kids and stuff like that. So it's cool to run into people like that because you're already off on the front foot. You've already got something to talk about and things to do. So it is really cool. And again, that's the big reason why we met these guys is like we're heading in the same direction, and then like why not? Let's hang out for a couple of weeks or a couple of months and do the same things, and it's just fun. It's really cool. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I couldn't get ready after that. I've been trying the 2-3 months was just trying to get rid of him. That was sort of the why we hung out.
Just what I thought you got rid of it. It's like, oh, so there you are. You're around the bloody corner again.
But that's what it's all about. Just encouraging people to get out there, travel, showing these beautiful locations like Australia. You can't get any better than that. Like that's what it's all about. Big, massive community, and that's how we should all be. Everyone's got their own little ways of what they do and how they get out and do it, and whatever you do, that's awesome. That's what it should all be about. So again, just get your questions in, guys, like because we're going to randomly just sort of might throw something out there of like
we're just going to smash into them. It's or you can go as crazy as you want, you can go as lenient as you want, but if you got a burning question, throw it up. This is the night to do it. Let's go.
Are you brothers?
Are we brothers?
Oh, are we brothers? Yeah, right.
We've claimed it for a little while now, I think, and I think a lot of people would almost believe it. But I'd have to say we're probably brothers from another mother. If you,
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It's definitely a lot of people. It's like, oh, it's so glad we found each other. It's like we're bloody getting married or something. It's long lost. Who would have knew we met up in the famous Kununurra? What more of a beautiful place to meet a boyfriend. So
it was love at first sight.
It really was. But yeah, that's a really good question. We've actually had a few people ask us if we're actually brothers. So
yeah, definitely.
I think it's the cute little smile that definitely does that. So there's a lot of patrol questions coming through already. A lot of Yang Tank and patrol questions. I think I know we've both been sort of putting some not so much hints, but like
mixed videos.
Sort of feeling around. A little bit of feeling around going on. We took a Ram for a test drive, 2500. Absolutely loved it. I know you guys were. You drove a 1500.
Yeah, driven a couple of 1500s now, and had the opportunity to even just jump in one, and it's like one thing to know what a car's like, because even when we bought the Patrol, I didn't know what it was like until I actually test drove it. And it's one of those moments where it's like, holy hell, yeah, this is me. So to have that opportunity to jump into a 1500 and do all those sort of things was really cool too, to get that experience and drive around for like 3 or 4 days. So nice car. They got heaps of features, all those, the bling and bits and pieces, but I don't know. It's one of those burning questions at the moment. It's like there's not a lot on the Australian market that can sort of carry big weights, and there's a lot of big setups getting around at the moment, and it's sort of it's scary. Some setups you getting around, it's like
it's hard. It's for us. And I mean for you guys, it's solely for weight. Like
100%,
that 3.5 ton towing, like it's very easy to hit, especially when you're trying to take a motorbike and that as well, which. We're pretty much right on it, but we can't fill up our water tanks. I'd love to take a mountain bike and stuff. And like, it's just, that's what it is. We're the biggest kid. I know we're pretty much on the same page. Like pretty much we want that, but we both love our forward driving so much as well. So like, it's not that you can't forward driving one, but like you can't do those tough, steep, what we do like doing.
Well, you take like Cape York, for example, like some of the trucks up there are quite pokey. They're quite, they're very hard to get bigger cars into, and it's sort of they're the sort of places that I know I like going, and you're very much the same, and trying to get those tighter, harder tracks, and to have such a big car, and it's like to know that you can't do half of that, it's almost heartbreaking, because I know for me, like a background is full driving and like getting off the beaten track and finding all those those cool trucks, but if you got a car that's too big and you can't do it, it's like I can't get myself to bring myself to it yet.
But, I know, but when you're towing with a Ram, and like when you think about it like that, 95% of what we do, I guess for both of us, is towing and touring. Like that's our vehicle's main job now. So yes, we love forward driving. It's only probably 3 to 5% of like the case we do.
It's a small percentage, but it's such an important percentage too, because it means you can do it.
Yeah, so it's very, very rough. But anyway, let's pick a question. We've got I guess time to give away. We've been dangling in you guys' faces, so we're going to do it all small. So maybe you guys want to pick someone on. We'll go switch across to the YouTube. There's so much going on here. It's a big transcript going on.
They're just piling through.
There's a lot of dog questions, a lot of patrol questions, obviously. What can we sort of pick?
Can we hang on? I got something random. Can anyone tell me what brand of fridge I've got on the back of my car?
There you go. I like that. Yeah,
the first person that comes up with that, you can have an all smalls. How about that?
Little quiz. That's good.
Yeah.
How about what could we do on ours? We could do what could we do?
Well,
What's that
Dominic,
dog's name?
there is that
Yeah.
Tim
Oh,
Humphreys.
for the guys on our YouTube, our
Get on,
YouTube
babe.
feed there.
Look at him coming
what
through.
is our dog's name? You have to spell it correctly. It's
Yeah,
not
Tim.
it's not the typical way. So the first person to grab that. How are we going to do this? Is just they just reach? You have to reach out to us on the socials, or
Yeah.
Yes,
So
here,
oh, here we go.
Danielle.
Danielle Rowett, just bet Nick and Amber. So
Oh.
Danielle Rowett, yes, Georgia with the J. That's very. You have to make sure. J-O-J-R-A. Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. I've had too many Jack Daniels already. Anyways, make sure you reach out on either Facebook or Instagram, or even leave a comment down below so we can reach out and we'll get your address and that, and we'll send it out. So
Yeah.
there's
Quick,
two
put them
all smalls
aside,
gone down, so we'll have to
so you
put them aside. So
Sweet
You got
as.
one there.
but you
All
guess,
right.
yeah, so we'll switch it. Let's go across to some questions on the Instagram. We're just trying to share the love here. I know there's been a lot of fuel economy questions, which
Oh,
does not surprise.
Jesus.
Do we knock it over?
Knock it over, get it done.
We'll knock it over. This is like,
This is what comes with when you buy a patrol.
it's a hard question to answer. Like, it sounds like you're sort of beating around the bush, but
Well, everyone's
Like-
so different too, eh? Like different setups, how much you travel, all that
Everything,
sort of-
yeah,
the weights, everything. Like,
everything you add on to the car like changes it per like at least a liter or two. Like obviously
Yeah.
bigger tires, mud tires, roof racks,
totally.
weight, the height of your Caravan, wind drag is a massive one.
Yeah.
I think that's your main difference between your petrol and diesel. Like the petrols have that kilowatts and horsepower, but
Mm.
when you do get that headwind,
Yeah,
it
they
starts.
do.
It does it easy, but it's revving more, which is going to
Yeah.
chew the juice more. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think that's your main difference between that and your diesel torque. So it's a kind of, so like for us, like we're 35-inch mud tires, the car's pretty much 3.5 ton, the van's 3.5 tons. So like we're on that 7-ton limits, and the van's high's a fully off-road van. Like we're sort of on a good day, probably around that 25 to 27 liters, I would say. And we've had it up to, this is average. This is going by the odometer, not the whole fuel bowels. I can't be bothered doing sums and all that stuff. I know it can be a touch difference. But then in headwind and that, like we went to Melbourne recently with like 50k headwinds, and our average was like 35 liters. So it's a hard one. But then you can be on a freeway with a touch of tailwind, you can be on like 20. So
Yeah, and literally like I guess the conditions is a huge one, especially coming across that Nullarbor in a few different places, and WA, like some of those headwinds are just, you can feel it, and it's throwing the car around, and it's really working that car, and that fuel consumption can just go skyrocketing. But for us, we're sort of, I don't know, quite conservative in a way. We don't have too much on the car. We've got enough of what we need in practicality. We got the 3.5 ton van, which sits around that sort of 3.3, 3.2, depending, with water and things like that. And we're averaging around that 24 to 27 mark. So there's just a comparison right there now. Like there's two cars the same, but they're slightly different in their own way. So they automatically you can throw a couple of leaves on top just with tires and certain things like that. So it really comes down to how you set the car up, what you do to it, how you use it. Like there's so many like fundamentals that come into it. So yeah,
it's a tough one, but again, you just got to be prepared. If you're going to be in headwinds towing, you got to be prepared to use a bit more fuel. But then saying that, like when we'll stand the car on the highway doing a trip to Melbourne not towing, you can be in the 12 liters. So which is pretty bloody good for an over 3-ton car.
I've actually taken a photo of that a couple of times just to stir people up about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're driving around a V8 and you got a 12 liters.
And we've both got 140, just a standard tank, so we don't have long range tanks. So it would be nice, but we haven't. We've both been in the same places, haven't found we've needed it. But
no,
I feel like Sean's got a good question in the
yeah,
background.
she's like a little kid in the classroom.
We got the office ladies in the background here.
Can you compare the suspension systems and what are the pros and cons against the airbags?
Okay, I have seen a lot of airbag questions coming up. So this is obviously it's new. So Chris hasn't even drove my car, so it's going to be kind of hard to.
Yeah, I
haven't really drove his, but
compare.
my old setup was pretty much the same. I think I was a touch higher on mine, but with the airbags, it's literally a game changer. Like the main difference we've sort of noticed is just how smooth it drives not towing. So just unloaded, just pretty much like there's no noise in the background. Like there's no we used to have 400 kilo springs in there. We used to get a fair bit of, no, it was never loud, but like the little bumps and that, especially with the mud tires at 40, 50 psi on your towing, you can hear the little bits and pieces rattle. That pretty much fully got rid of it. So it's really, really smooth. It's really stable around roundabouts and stuff on the road. Just the way it handles is absolutely next level. And then obviously the main thing was for us, like our ball weight is pretty much 350 on the dot. So it's quite a, quite a set of balls on me, so it's quite heavy. So we always sort of sat a little bit low in the rear. So now we can sort of have whatever load and be sitting fully level. And the toe is beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of hard to do a comparison there because we haven't really drove each other. Comparison. Sorry, we haven't really drove each other's cars to sort of put it back to back. But
yeah, that's probably a good idea though to do like a bit of a comparison video, I guess, and sort of maybe pick a course to do or something and just see how the car performs and like drive each other's car or something. I don't know. It could be something. Would you guys like to see something like that? Because I reckon that'd be something kind of cool to see because it is brand new. It's only just hit the market. It's definitely going to be a game changer, I reckon. Just like from what you've told me, but then like thinking about like vans with their air ride suspension and things like that, like it makes sense. Like it can only get better. It can only the handling can only get better and better. So
exactly. And to answer your question there, George, again, this has taken ages to get a rear setup for it because it's all hydraulic. At the start, no one even wanted to touch these things. So the guys from On Track and AAA Suspension, they've sort of developed this kit, and Rodney Knight from Club Y62. So the rear's good, but the front you've got the shocks in the coil, so it's going to be a whole different situation. So you're sort of keeping those main sort of principles of the car. But yeah, I think the front might be a little bit way off. So who asked that question, Sean?
It was someone actually from YouTube.
Yeah.
Greg, I think it was.
Right. Greg, if you're listening, if you're Greg, but that was a good question. There's been a lot of airbag questions, so I know that we did miss a few there, but
it's a hot topic. Oh, no.
Greg, he would know. Reach out. Yeah, you won yourself all small. So
yeah, good stuff.
We might, so let's just go over to, we've got a lot coming through.
It's a lot of Georgia going on still.
Yeah, there's a lot of Georgia talk. Yeah, we really wanted to, we're trying to get through this, so keep the questions coming through.
I got one which is relevant to both of you.
Yep, Sean's got a question here.
I'm just following comments. Sorry, guys. Trying to sound top for you guys.
It's kind of good because there's a lot going on.
What's happening with the Brisbane Caravan show? Who's going?
Oh yeah, the Brisbane Caravan show. Yeah, well, you guys aren't going to be there, are you? Or not? Or maybe
might be visiting.
I might be visiting.
Okay, yeah. We usually be in the area.
Yeah, we might pop down and say hey. So for anybody watching, just keep your eyes peeled because I reckon we might definitely come down and say hey.
You guys.
There you go. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be set up for the whole 6 days. We'll be there all day with Lotus Caravans, which will be Lawrence RV up there on their stand. So yeah, we'll be there for the whole 6 days. Our caravan will be on display. Not taking my motorbike with me. That's been a touchy subject. I'm taking the mountain bikes after I've done my knee, but we've already organised with Jason to have a brand new KTM on the front with my shrouds on it, so it'll look like my bike. So we've organised that. But yeah, I know there's a lot of Queensland followers up there, so definitely come past. June long weekend, Jones family. June long weekend. I think it starts on the Tuesday, I think. So yeah, it's six full days. So more than enough time to
huge, isn't it? 6 days.
Yeah, more than enough time to get down there and get into it. So let's do a quick all smalls. Like if you're across any YouTube, Instagram, whatever, if you've got, and I know there's so many people that have ordered new caravans or camper trailer or whatever. If you don't have a all smalls already and you got a brand new caravan or camper on the way, let us know what it is. Let us know when it's coming, what it is. And what you plan on doing once you get it. And the first couple that come through, just be honest if you don't have an all smalls, and we'll chuck it in. So let us know in the comments there.
Happy days.
What winches are you guys running, Amber from YouTube? What winches? So I've got what do you got in yours actually?
I've got the Rhino. So it's the Rhino 4x4 bar, and it comes. You can have an option to have their actual winch come in with it.
It's got their winch.
So it's like a package deal. You can pay a bit extra and have that installed at the same time. So it's a 12.5 Rhino. I haven't used it physically yet. The only time I've used it is to actually check to see if the rope's still in good condition and do a bit of maintenance on it. But yeah, it's one of those things. I guess it's like good to have, but then you probably don't use it as often. Like we've been on 2 years now and I have never used it, but there'll be that one time that I'll get absolutely, stuck galore, and it's like, oh God, I'm glad. I wish I had that winch there ready to go. So
yeah. It's just that safety, I guess, that
Mm.
peace of mind. So we've got the Ultra winch in ours now. We got that from Melly 4x4. So we used to have the carbon winch in there. We went through 2 of them. Just had a couple of issues with the was a bit of electronics in it. It let me down twice. So it was a good winch. Like specs on that was good, but it let me down twice. So I just sort of thought I didn't trust it anymore. I think the winch is that's the one thing you want to have is a winch you can trust, is because when the time you need it could be crucial. Especially when we travel by ourselves a lot, so do these guys. So
yeah.
you need to be able to trust that thing.
Well, especially when you got the 4-wheel drive capability, you can go off road and do what you want to do. Sometimes you can end up some really tough spots. So
yeah,
you might need that winch just to get out at times.
Yeah,
so it's good.
I'm going to pick something from YouTube. There's been a lot of Caravan.
Do you want to do the same?
No, Caravan
Yeah,
people
no,
coming
just-
through.
Oh yeah. Mine list didn't say anything.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I might
they were
go.
in there with their new masterpiece.
Might go Guy Milton. Guy Milton, if you're there, mate, you got a new Y62 2 weeks away with 28 grand of mods booked in. Ready to tell a Jayco adventurer. So
good on
Jesus,
ya.
lashing out, big
Yeah,
fella.
I can't wait to see that.
That's beautiful. So we'll chuck that.
Just grabbing the prizes.
We'll chuck that aside for you, mate. So
I'm keeping a list.
we've got a list there. So
Yeah.
again,
Winners list.
make sure you reach out to us, mate. If you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever is easiest, or I can give you Chris's personal mobile number and just give him a buzz.
Yeah.
But congratulations, mate. There's so many new setups here coming through.
You got to choose one too, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of new setup. The road's going to be very, very busy.
Martin's question.
Oh, okay. Let's cut. There's been a lot of internet questions. So, Michael, Martin W.
on.
Ball. What
Choose your little. You need to choose someone, babe.
you choose?
You're gonna get
you
left
haven't
What's
behind with
this?
your Caravanner.
Oh, you got a Caravan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
All right,
here,
just
isn't
wait
there?
for Chris. Chris is just going through his
He's
comments
just taking
there.
his time.
We're getting who's that? That's Michael Abella. This one here.
Abella. Okay, yep.
We're getting a new age Caravan, 9.6 Caravan, going to some South Australia next year and getting in August. Oh, well, there you go. Good on you guys. That's awesome. It's,
Congrats, mate.
Yeah, no, it's awesome seeing new people getting out on the road and getting new vans and just taking the leap, because that's what it's all about. I think it's the hardest thing for most people is just making that last judgment call and selling everything and hit the road. So it's really cool seeing so many new people out on the road and meeting so many new people. It's what it's all about, and we love it so much. It's don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do what you want to do, because we're big believers in that. And good on you guys. That's awesome. There's Allsmall's coming to you.
Perfect. There's a question here from How's Your Adventures. Have you guys thought about getting a GME EPIRB, so like a personal locator beacon? So we've got one of these. This is something we didn't have for quite a. Have you guys got one or not?
Well, we got something a little different that we've been working on, and we're doing a bit of research at the time, but I'll touch on that in a minute.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so we got one of these. It's something we didn't have for quite a while, which is probably not that good. It's probably not the most smartest thing. It's definitely something you should have when you're out in these locations. So yeah, Tony from GME reached out, and we were looking for one for a while, and we grabbed one of theirs. And for me, doing a lot of stuff solo on the bike, again, it's not ideal, but it's like when you're in the middle of the gig, you can't just invite some mates to come out in the trailer and be with you and go for a ride. So you always have that on me now in the camel pack with a UHF. We don't have a sat phone, but that's probably something that you should have in your kit as well, I would say. But yeah, it's definitely something you should have, and something we honestly didn't have for quite a while. Because even as simple as like going on these walks and El Questro Gorge or something, for example, like if you get bitten by a decent snake, or like you break your ankle, or like something can happen so easily. If you got no phones, like you're screwed.
Yeah, literally, like you could be miles from anywhere, and it could be quiet, and nobody's coming through for like another 2 or 3 hours, and you're like literally stranded. Like there are times that happen like that on the Gib, for example. There's quite a few hikes that you can go to, like Manning and that. I know some of those places are quite busy with travelers, but you can go in the quiet periods too, and there's no one else around. So there's a lot of different hikes and things you can do that we get up to, and it's that safety net to know that you've got something there just in case, because you just don't know if something's going to happen. And it's better to be prepared than underprepared for a situation like that, because it could be life or death.
Yeah, spot on.
But so for us, we've been approached by Zolio. For anybody that doesn't really know, it's basically an EPIRB setup, but it works the same with an SOS button and things like that. But the joy about this thing is you can text as well. So there's different plans for things you can do. So there's so many texts you can send depending on what plan you've got. But to have the joy of having an EPIRB like every other setup out there, you can send text messages, which is quite crazy. So if you've got somebody back at camp and you've just taken off, you can literally let them know and have someone at a port call that's really close by to come out and try and help you, without trying to just push that button and hope for someone to come as quick as possible. So yeah, that was a kind of a little thing that sort of grabbed our attention at the time, and it was a bit different, and it sort of makes sense for us too. And so Zolio is what we carry now, and we've had it for a couple of months now. And we haven't had to use it, but it's like the winch. It's good to know you've got it just in case, because you never know. You never bloody know.
Yeah, exactly. There's a good little question before. There's a lot of internet questions coming through.
I was just going to say internet's a big
I just want
one.
to quickly on Sono Frost. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. This is a good question. We have been planning our full-time travels for a few years now. When did you know it was the right time to physically go? I've got this. Yeah, we've had this question quite. That's a good.
It is a bloody good question.
Do you want to dry your undies while you're out in your caravan? Because we've got something for you. We're gonna. you just want to all small. Sean, you want to pop it down the list?
What's his name?
It's on Instagram. Sono_Frost. Again, SONNO_Frost. Make sure you reach out, guys.
Yeah.
You just want yourselves all small. That's a really good question. So it's kind of a hard question to answer too. Like it's kind of one of those things where
you don't know until you know.
You just know.
Yeah.
Like you just know. Like we
just looked at each other and we said it's time.
It's just something that we knew that we wanted to do. Like we did a 2 or 3 month trip. And we absolutely loved it. And then we just started saving. Like we need to do a 6 or 12 month trip. Like we need to keep doing this. And then just the last minute, there's sort of a last minute. We just sort of had things in place that, obviously you can't just sell your house and you got 10 grand in your bank and it just, it's got to be a bit of a calculated decision.
Yeah, it's a big decision
on your situation. But for us, it's just something
the stars aligned.
We just had to do it. It's just one of those things like we just need to do this. We need to give it 100% and just do it. It felt right. So it was just time to do it. But again, you're always going to be nervous doing it. It's a big thing. It's a big commitment. But like, look, for you, if it feels better to rent the house out, then do that. Or if you want to sell it, do just whatever feels comfortable for you guys. But again, even just start off with a 3-month trip. If you haven't done anything,
totally.
3 months is a good time to sort of get the feel for it.
Well, that's what I've always said too. Like people are like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to go for 12 months. I want to do this or go for 2 years. Everything else, like it's no different to going to like a little, hideaway for 2 nights and just getting away. Like even if you're new to it, like it's a good little feeler to get out and have a go, and then you can start looking at better setups or bigger setups, and it sort of just grows. Like if you're really like hanging out to do it and it's something you're so passionate about doing, do everything you can to make it happen, because it's about getting out there and just doing it and not thinking about anything else. Like you just set yourself a goal and go for it.
Yeah.
Because for us, it was sort of, I was like so ready to leave. I would have left like years ago if we had the opportunity. Sean was the one that took a little bit longer to get going, but like it's the best thing we've ever done. But again, we just said, bugger it, let's do it. Like literally just, that was it. So
it's just one of those things. It just has to feel right. But end of the day, like I say, you don't have to just, if you've never traveled, you don't have to go do a lap. Like just get out there. If it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever suits your budget. If you're just in a rooftopper or whatever, like just get out and do it. You're either going to absolutely love it, or it could just absolutely be horrible. And at least you know, and at least you've tried it. But again, just make sure you guys get out there. So do you just want to what do you I can see his
question for Josh. Any tips for Chris on how he should go about popping the question?
Oh god, that's Sean's over like, hey, read this one.
Sean's like, pick this one.
Sean's getting a bit toey for the old the old question.
Waiting a long time.
Come to Cape York and do it at Cape York.
Yeah, well,
We'll suck it off so you have it all to yourself.
I'll hold you to that.
That's where we did it. So
I've just had something come through.
Do you want to cover the internet question? There's been bulk internet questions.
Is that? Yeah. I've just had someone come pay something, so I'll get that real quick.
Oh.
Our adventures down under. What is your favorite camp so far? God, I hate this question.
Yeah, that's that question's worth more than $2.99.
Jesus.
That's a hard question.
It's so hard. It's just God, I'd have best camp. That's a really good question.
So many.
I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one because I've seen so bloody many, and it's like hard to pinpoint one. I reckon it'd have to be up north somewhere around
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
answer.
Dampier Peninsula.
Dampier Peninsula,
That's good.
yeah, they had some bloody good ones up there. James Price Point, all those
North
sort of
of
places.
Broome.
Yeah, pretty
Free
much.
camp heaven. Free camp heaven.
Yeah, if I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
pick any sort of part of
No, a lot of
Australia,
it's free
it's
camp.
definitely north.
Oh,
They just, I don't know, something about the landscape and how it all is up there. Everything's free. You can have fires anytime you want. You just got free reign to do whatever you want. So I'd say either around the Kimberley or Dampier Peninsula somewhere, James Price or
What about
something
you,
like
Josh?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking. I'm like, that's your
Come
question.
on.
Yeah, look, it's
hard,
hard.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is hard. We loved it up there too, like the
Mm.
same spots. Again, that north of Broome, there's
Yeah.
like so much stretch of beach, so you just pull up.
You got everything up there.
Not that far from town.
Yeah.
We absolutely love that up there. Anywhere on the beach, but also we love a good inland, you're next to a lake sort of thing. But to name it,
It's so
hard to
hard.
name
It's
it.
so
I'm
hard.
one of the worst to even remember where I've been. So
we love Stevenson Falls.
yeah, we haven't been there for years, but down in the
Yeah.
Otway, Stevenson Falls is a really nice
Otways,
and
yeah.
campground. You're down in
Yeah.
Victoria there. There's just some absolute amazing places. So let's touch on this internet one because this is something that's pretty new for both of us, and there's been so many questions coming through. So we've got different setups. So we don't want to compare. Who asked that question? So many people have asked the questions though. We've got to spread the love between the Instagram and YouTubes here. But pretty much like we're running obviously everything we do to make an income or online is all an online business.
Okay.
So we needed internet. If you've ever been to Western Australia, even in Perth, you don't get reception. Like the Western Australia phone reception is the worst.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is the worst.
Absolutely terrible.
So yeah, it wasn't until we got our new van in January, we got the out there internet set up, the off-grid Wi-Fi set up through that, and that's been an absolute game changer. We've only been at one place. We're like 160 k's away from a phone tower plus, I think, and it's still loaded our Facebook page, but it wasn't that usable. But everywhere, that was on the Nullarbor, sorry, but everywhere we've been, we've had internet. So I think I went so long without it, but I'd nearly say it's a must. Like, if you want to stay connected, like I know a lot of people do a week trip and they're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. And
that's like
that's
go
cool.
rogue. Yeah,
I used to be like that too. I just wanted to get away.
Yeah.
Weekend comes, like, I don't want to talk to no one. So
no, that's right. Yeah.
but I think for us, or even just people wanting to FaceTime grandchildren and stuff like that, you don't really even need phone reception. It's all just data. Like you can call people over and video calls and stuff. So it's definitely a must to have, and you can choose to switch the thing off or whatever you want to do. So we highly recommend that. But I know you guys have got a different setup. Again, we haven't really used.
It's one of those things. It's like once a little market of something's going to be quite useful and practical, they just explode, and there's companies coming out of everywhere. But for us, we got RF Shop, so we basically it's kind of like what Josh has got, but it's not a directional. It's more of a shark fin that sits on top of the roof, and it'll collect what it has around it, and it'll pick the best reception it can, and then it'll work off that. There is pros and cons to it. For us, it was more of a tester just to see how things would go, how efficient it was, if it was worth keeping. So far, so good. We're doing pretty well with it. There's been a few spots that have been, a bit on and off, but then there's been other spots where there's been absolutely no reception, and we've been able to get reception. So it's at the end of the day, it was worth it. It was definitely 100% worth it. Like Josh was saying, if you want to stay connected and you want to call, or you want to do your socials and things like what we do, like it is good for that sort of things, because it does allow you to go to some really cool remote places, enjoy what's in front of you, but still stay connected with what you're doing. Especially obviously for what we do, we're doing YouTube, we're doing Instagram, we're doing socials, things like that, keeping up to date with everything. So it's best of both worlds. So it's a key for that, and it gives you the opportunity to stay connected. Yeah,
spot on. It's definitely a must. We'll just try to smash the question. Do you want to do the whole? We're at a caravan park at the moment, and it's absolutely packed. It's absolutely packed in here.
Oh yeah, do you want to?
So what we want to do, if there's anyone on here, Instagram, any YouTube or Instagram,
anyone watching,
if you're watching live, I want you to come up find where the big Oz being parked here. Find where we are.
If you know where we are,
behind me here, and say I want a muck mat, and I'll give you a muck mat. So I know there's probably a few. So here it is. It's dangling right in front of you. Nice bit of grass, and and come get it. So we'll put it out there. We'll try. I don't know how much luck we'll have.
What caravan park you're at, in case.
No, they'll know. They'll know where they are.
There's been quite a few people that know where we are. So
Yeah,
if you're keen and you want a free muck, mate, come on down, jump
in,
on.
Put your face in, say good day.
You only have to say hi and you can bugger off. That's fine. Or you can stay and have a chat. That's all good too. Bring some beers if you want it
as long as you don't have a muck man already. No bloody double dipping.
Yeah. I'll come around and check it tomorrow if you've got one.
We'll give that 5 or 10. If it doesn't happen, we'll think of something else.
I've got Dash here. He's
Dash. Why'd you jump on his channel? Why don't you jump on mine? I've got the bloody Dash bar, and you're jumping on the Rhino page. The exhaust actually sounds pretty good.
I was just gonna say, he said a question I get all the time. What is the best exhaust for the Y62? I've recently been down to Dash and got a few bits and pieces done. It's going to come out. There's a bit more detail behind it, but I now am running a Dash exhaust. He's probably going to be smiling ear to ear right now, but there's a very good reason for that, and I will explain that further in detail when I do a rundown of the car. I've been saying it for bloody weeks and months now, but it's definitely around the corner. I'm going to do a full rundown on the car and everything I've changed and what I've kept and whatever else, but that is definitely one of the big changes that I've done. I will tell you, like Josh just said, it does sound good. I don't want to be biased about it, but it does actually sound really good.
Yeah.
And it's proving to be a good system for towing and having a bit of fun with. So
There's
stay tuned for that.
A different sound.
Yeah,
it's very different sound.
Different sound. So we run the Talker exhaust, the 3-inch stainless. So I've had that for nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's been absolutely awesome. But I don't know what you want to say, but I know. I've run the same thing. I know some people have had some issues with the newer models of some mufflers and that blowing out, but they've rectified that issue. It was only a small amount from what we had seen. Yeah. But they're fixing that up. But again, like I said, we've had ours on there for 3 years.
Yeah, it's kind of
fine.
I don't know. It's one of those situations where it's like we tried and we've done what we can. But at the end of the day, like we're all about being practical and just having things that work because we're on the road a lot. And that's why you spend the money to get things that'll work well. I'm not, I'll definitely run down on it when I do the big rundown on the video, and stay tuned for that one because I'll throw some videos of it with the sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean, do a giveaway.
We've got a few things to give away. It's a good question. Yeah, the exhaust is a big question. Just quickly, we'll do some power questions. Start smashing through.
I've got one here. Chris, are you happy with the Mavic Air 2S? Have you seen the new Mavic 3 Pro, mate?
Yeah, it's been a lot of drone questions.
Yeah, so I had the Mavic 2. That's what you've still got.
Mavic Pro 2, yeah.
They don't sell that anymore. It's basically obsolete now. And what they've done is they've mashed the Mavic 2 with the Mini and made the Air 2S. So it's basically what I've got now. I'm stoked with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It does everything I want to. It's not too small, but it's big enough to deal with those high winds and things. It puts out a really good photo. The video is really good. I can't fault it, to be honest. So, yeah, I wouldn't go anything other than DJI. Like, if you're looking at
DJI.
Yeah, if you're going something cheaper or you're just trying to learn, like, don't hesitate to spend a little bit extra because you can go the little minis. They're just as good with the cameras and stuff. You can get some really cool photos and footage with them. They're nice and tiny, but it's something to practice with, and you can just level up each time. You can sell that one and move to the next one. But so Air 2S, absolutely stoked with it.
That's going to replace the Mavic Pro 2, hasn't it? Because you can't get the Mavic Pro 2 anymore, I don't think.
No, that's what I mean. It's obsolete now, so you can't even really buy it.
Because I flew yours now. Yeah, they're a little bit different, but they're both good. Yeah, you got the 3 now, which is which we've heard is good, but like they're pricey.
No, they're very pricey. Expensive.
Like if you're just doing a little bit of weekend, bits and pieces, like it's a big outlay. Like, there's plenty.
Even for me personally, even like using as much as we do for footage and content, like I'm satisfied with the little drone because that's what it does. Like it does everything that I feel like the 3 does. It's got a lot of more features, but I'm never going to bloody use that. Like I can't justify the price and what it does. So yeah.
Question.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah. You got one?
I was like,
but go.
You go. No, you go.
Okay, yeah. There's been so many dog questions coming through. A lot of what's it like traveling with Sean? Oh wait, no. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, she goes all right. She has her days.
He's not allowed at our campsite anymore.
Yeah, I've just been kicked out. A lot of dog questions, a lot of golden retriever questions. Yeah, pack a vacuum. But that we're actually doing an episode. This is a question. This has actually overtaken the fuel economy question. It's we get asked a lot, but Like again, I'll quickly answer it, but we are going to make an episode on this of our experience. But this is something where it really depends on how your dog is, like how if it listens to you, if it behaves, if you can leave it in the car or leave it in the caravan for a couple of hours. That's really going to really make up of what your experience is going to be like. Like with Georgia, we can leave her in the van, obviously in the right conditions. Like we can have the aircon going. Not going to leave her in a 45-degree day, but the aircon or the fans or whatever for half a day or something like that. If we're going to go and do a national park, or you still want to be able to go out for dinner or lunch and just enjoy the things. But we've seen some other people around that have had dogs, and you just look at them, it's like, man, like I couldn't do it. They just yap at anything, bark, attack other dogs. They can't leave them, and like you just really have to sort of just if you never left your dog in a caravan, just put him in the van at home for 20 minutes, and then half an hour, an hour, like just sort of play around with it a bit. But again, just use wiki camps. Like you just got to sort of plan ahead to find where you can and can't have dogs. That's probably the best way to do it. But 100%, like we wouldn't travel without Georgia. It's been the best thing ever. But you do limit a few little things, but there's always ways to make it work. So what do you got, Sean?
So we got Gary Maginess, who has said, when you get to Brizzy, will you be doing a get together for locals?
Right. So when we get to Brisbane, we're doing a get together. So I don't know. We haven't discussed.
We haven't even talked about it. I was like,
I was expecting you to say yes.
Yeah, well, we probably could. Yeah, we're going to be there for not the longest
Yeah.
time. We'll sort of be in and out, but there is so many wicked places up there to do something. But like, we'll definitely plan something. But for now, like, let's do the Brisbane Caravan Show. Just get there. Like,
we'll just start with that. Yeah.
Start with that, but we'll definitely do whether it's when we're up there, or whether it's at the end of the year or whatever. But yeah, we'll definitely try and do something up there. I know there's everything's up there. So many shops, like all the everything's up there.
I was literally just talking to Josh today because me and Sean were talking about just the last couple of days. Like, there's we're talking about the full drive side of things on the East Coast is just next level. Like, it's crazy to go through nearly the whole of WA and across the top of Australia and not find any decent like hardcore tracks. Even full drive parks. Like, we just went through SA and there's only two. You go on the East Coast, and I think there's probably 6, 7, maybe 8 of them.
Yeah.
One's recently shut down, which is a bit of a sad one, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're thinking about maybe doing a couple of full drive park catch ups.
Yes.
Because it's you get to take your van, you can bring whatever setup you've got. Even if you just want to come out for the day and have a bit of a full drive, even just come out and say, hey, like it'll cater for everybody. And we might do a couple of day thing, might even get some people together and camp overnight and do all that sort of jazz. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to be back in Brisbane and we're going to be there for quite a few months. I'd say 3 or 4 maybe months. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But definitely going to be doing some trips. We're going to Fraser. We're doing Bribey. We're doing all the fun stuff. So we're really excited to get back there and just go back in our stomping grounds again and come back bigger and better and see what we can get up to.
100%. Do you want to get the ladies' faces? There's a lot of everyone's asking where the girls are. So,
come on,
beautiful faces in. We had to sort of. This is sort of going to be a bit more of a lads chat, talk cars. Now these girls, there's a lot of logistics going on in the background here. So there's the office stuff is happening in the background. So but they're here, they're listening. And they're right here. So we've got
It does make it a bit easier having someone scrolling through the comments, because it's like otherwise you sit here for like 3 minutes.
People on screen is hard.
We're getting way too busy, but they're in the background. I know a lot of you blokes are watching just for the women, so
as long as their clothes are on, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to pay extra for that.
Only fans.
We got another question here about your battery setups in your cars.
Battery setups in the cars. We're running the same stuff, you just got a fridge and air compressor, really.
And a couple of lights and charging ports and stuff.
We've just got a 120 amp iTech World lithium battery in there. It lays on its side underneath the false floor, and that's all we've needed. We've just recently put a solar spud from LE4i4, put a Anderson plug in there so we can have some solar, because it's gone flat a couple of times. And the crap thing with those iTech batteries, we've got the older model. When it does get to its low charge or whatever, when it cuts out, it fully turns off. You have to literally put jumper leads on the frigging thing.
There's been a couple of times here, right?
Yeah, which is a pain in the ass. I hate it.
Jump us?
But I think the new models out there don't have that. But
just change our cranking back.
120 amp in the back, which runs all that.
Yeah, so I'm very similar. I've got the 125 amp hour Energive battery. We've got the faultless floor and everything in the setup, as most of you know, and it sort of just sits in behind the back seats. And that just powers our. We've got what do we got? We got 3 USB sort of chargers. I've got an Anderson plug there that I can put in for solar blanket. Never really needed it. I must admit, I think I've gone about nearly 4 days, maybe 5 days without even moving the car, and it still runs everything. And I think I only even got down to like 30%. So. Yeah, fridge, couple of lights, and an air compressor and stuff. So nothing major, just the basics. But it's enough to do what we want to do, and it lasts a fair amount of time. So I'm pretty happy with it.
A 120 or a 200 tops would be what you would.
I did have a 200 in, and I thought it was a bit overkill. But that's me. I didn't feel like I needed that. The 125 has been really good. So
yeah, but if you're going to live out of or something, maybe you might need more. But most people generally have just a fridge, air compressor, a little inverter. Yeah. Or something like that.
No one came for the muck mat.
No one's come for the muck mat. So we've got 15 minutes to go. So what can we do? The muck mat's a big prize. That's bloody.
We'll leave it right towards the end.
We'll right to the end.
We'll give them the best chance possible.
The last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Michaela's trying to... I don't know what you're saying. The last, you guys can text at each other. The last 5 minutes, the grand muck mat prize is going to come out.
So we got a few.
We got a few here.
Let's start giving away some gear.
There's been a couple of good questions. About sort of like feeling unsafe and stuff around campsites. This is kind of a common question. I was trying to find one name. There's been quite a few that have. Happy on YouTube, happening empty nesters. What has been your scariest camp? There's been a couple other people asked us sort of about and up the center and stuff.
It does come up a bit.
That's a great question.
It is a really good question.
Because we just done our first time. We used to do the top half up the middle.
Yeah.
And it was definitely an eye opener.
It's very different to what you know from a city life.
It's definitely an eye opener.
Very much an eye opener.
You need to lock your stuff up. Like, don't leave anything out the front.
Yeah.
They're not so much going to want to hurt you or steal your car. It's more just you leave a beer at the front of your thongs. They'll probably be there in the morning. So
they take what's easy. If it's accessible and it's right there and there's no effort, they'll take it. So it sounds a little dodgy and it sounds scary, but at the end of the day, it's really not that bad.
No.
If you overthink it, obviously it's going to make it worse for yourself. But I've got in, since being across the top and through Kununurra and a few different places like that, I've got into a routine when I'm free cabbing, especially, is going around and just making sure everything's locked. Because if there's a deterrent there, normally 90% of the time they're going to leave it alone if they do come. But we've had one probably scary moment. Well, it wasn't a scary moment. It was a scary night, I guess, and that was the start of the Tanami near Halls Creek. We had a free camp just up there before we went out to Wolf Creek. It's funny because we think that was a scary one before we got to Wolf Creek, but Wolf Creek wasn't that bad. We're sort of just by ourselves in the middle of absolutely nowhere. There was a main road there, the Tanami, and it was just outside of Halls Creek. So anyone that sort of knows that area, it can be a bit sketchy at times. And that was probably the scariest one for us. But in saying that, we just locked everything. We slept quite well, and we got over it. So
it's just the typical. If you feel unsafe, don't stay there. Just keep going. We've only had a couple of spots where it just didn't feel right, and we just kept driving. You're
on wheels, so if you want to move, you just hitch up and move. It's pretty simple.
Just keep going and just or find a campsite where there's other people there, whatever makes you feel safe. But we've personally never had anything go wrong.
No.
Someone sort of asked what if you sort of have anything, what measures do you put to stay safe? Obviously, just lock everything, put everything away. I know when we were up Cape for the first time, we sort of packed everything up, then we parked the car really close to our tunnel boots and the front door. So just to really try and make it really hard for them to get close. So if they did try and do something that, you're right there. We personally have a few little things in the van that make us kind of feel safe. I know a lot of people have their own little things that just little tools or equipment that makes them feel safe. So
baseball bats.
I would definitely recommend us having something that just if the worst of the worst.
If it gives you peace of mind too.
If it gives you peace of mind, it definitely.
On the back end of that, how do you secure your van at free camps while you go exploring?
Oh, hey, secure your van. Yeah, that's a good one. So
I get asked that a fair bit too.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people think you need a ton of stuff. I don't know. For me, again, personally, we've only got the Hitch Lock that goes onto the DO35, so you can get that from Cruise Master. Other than that, there's really not much. I just make sure everything's locked. All the windows are all latched, every latch is down. Just simple things, put the blinds up so they can't see and they can't do any of that sort of jazz. And 2 years now, we've never had any issues. We've never had any dramas. And yeah, like at the end of the day, like it's not. You probably think, geez, it's not a lot, but it's enough. It's again, it's deterring whoever wants to come and have a quick look at it or wants to try and do something silly. So
we've got the Hitch Lock from ProTrek, so that's actually alarmed. So it's a big thick thing going through there. And we are joking. We've got a muck mat winner. Hang on. Hey, you're a local, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
You used to teach music or something?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no.
I didn't teach you, did
Yeah,
I?
no, I didn't teach
Oh,
you.
no.
There you
Thank
go.
goodness.
What's your
Yeah,
name?
nice
What's
to
your
meet
name,
you,
Go
mate.
on, Marcus.
Mark, yeah, how are you?
Trips in a Panda, we've been stalking you today.
Oh,
There's got to be a Baronga Caravan Park. I know there is somewhere, man.
Have you driven from in town?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm like,
That's
I don't
awesome.
reckon anyone's going to get that, but
No,
I think
you-
you're right.
Muck mat and the all smalls.
yeah, there you go.
I got
Done.
you,
All right.
Yeah,
There you go.
Congratulations, mate.
Legend, mate. See you later. There you go. He's bloody jumped into the car from home. He's
That's
Oh,
unreal.
that's
How
great.
fun is that?
he's left and come in, so the muck mat is gone, and so we only got so
We got
I didn't even think I was
three
gonna have
all
it.
smalls left.
Imagine if you came.
What's that stash? Oh, you got the count.
Yeah, three all smalls
We
left.
got three left. We
Three
got a couple
more.
of stubby holders.
And you got
here.
9 minutes.
That's
No,
right,
man, as
We don't
well.
have to
Oh,
knock off
we
it,
don't
mate,
have
but
to.
we
If
probably
you guys
should,
are
but
enjoying it, like we'll keep going a bit longer.
Let
That's
us know
all
if you
good.
want to keep
That
going
was
I
longer.
had
gold.
too many beers.
My man, he's probably just ditched the kids, the missus.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a muck mat.
Where you going? I don't care. I'll tell you when I get back.
Oh, that is freaking gold. Let's try and do a
Oh.
quick little power questions and just knock a couple out. We've sort of been doing some.
Yeah, give
I'm
us-
thinking about
give
these
us
bloody
some
stubby
yes, no.
calls too. Like
Give
we
us
might
yes,
just send
no
them out
answer
Yeah.
with the all smalls.
Yeah.
So anyone
yeah,
that's got an all small, we're going to throw on a stubby call for you too.
Yeah, let's just do a quick little. Maybe on even
Hey,
Insta.
Zach.
What do you got? Oh, he's.
Oh, stop!
Oh,
Are you serious? You're a
He's
bloke.
just dropped
Can I-
off
Come here. I need
He's
to hug you.
He's just dropped off a box of Larry's.
I've been actually stalking him for like all day today. I've been like, I knew he was in Mildura, and I'm like, I saw your car at the Workers, and I'm thinking, oh no, should I go in there? No. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it,
inspiring us. Like
Yeah.
we've been following you too, but following these guys a little bit longer, and we're buying a new van in June, so we're just checking it all out.
Yeah, that's
Going to do the
unreal.
3-month trip
Awesome.
Awesome, mate.
next year. So
Yeah, good start.
Awesome.
then who knows? Convince the missus to maybe pack up the. I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, good stuff.
See
Good
you,
stuff.
mate. Well, there you go. The muck
Oh,
matty. That is
unreal.
freaking gold. Georgia Grove, I think you must ask a question for us. Would you recommend doing YouTube? This is a question that I thought would pop up. I'm sure it's been asked. I've only just seen it, but
Yeah, it didn't come up a lot, eh?
yeah. I'm just sorry. We're just seeing what we've got here. So, 100%. Like my biggest thing would be, it takes time, but as long as you want to do it and you enjoy filming stuff and whatever, want to
And
do
do
it,
it for the money.
100%. But like my biggest tip for the young players out there, if you're wanting to do it at the start, where your sole motivation is to make money from YouTube, don't do it. If that's your sole goal of starting and doing a trip to just make money on YouTube,
Yeah.
you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. So
You won't come across authentic. You won't come across the way you probably would if you didn't have that mindset. Like I don't know. We see a few bits and pieces happening on the tube and stuff.
yeah,
And it's a bit of a shame because people are out there to try and make money out of it and do other things that are aside what you probably should be doing. And it's for us, it's just getting out, having a good time, just showing what you're up to, and just at the end of the day, in a nutshell, it's having a good time. That's it. Making memories. That's our biggest motto, is making memories. So
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, a lot of people think that you make a YouTube channel, you're going to make a heap of money.
Yeah,
You're wrong.
No, there's a
And-
lot of work involved.
And you got to allow a couple of years. It's like any business or whatever. It's a business end of the day. If you're going to want to make money, you give it a couple of years. You got to do it for the long run and be able to ride the waves.
Do it for the love.
Yeah, and do it for the love of it, because
Yeah,
otherwise,
just
people see through
100%.
that stuff so easily these
big
days.
time.
100%. Someone, this is something we
Question
could
for
both
Chris
answer.
and Sean.
No.
Skip that one.
Never done traveling. Is adult time as easy as at home, or should I say frequent?
Oh, this is it.
Of us.
I love this
Oh,
question.
no, just for anyone. Like, I have sex too. I hope
We're
your
all
parents
here,
are probably
man.
watching, aren't
Yeah, but
they? Hey, mum. Oh, you got kids. I'll let you guys answer
Georgia
first.
doesn't ask you questions in the
No.
morning.
It's
Some
it's
people-
obviously weird if she watches, but you just
Some people were into that.
yeah, you guys have got
whatever
kids.
you're
That's
into.
probably more.
Yeah. No, we get this question a fair bit, and at the end of the day, it's really not that bad. Like, we are kind of grateful for the kids because they do sleep quite heavily. We're actually right next to the van right now, being quite loud, but haven't heard a peep. So for that sort of things, it's really good. But don't scare yourself into not thinking you can do it, because if you can like make noise in the van and you can get away with it, like that sort of things, surely you can sneak in a couple of morning sesh or whatever you want to do. Bloody pumped. But yeah, don't doubt yourself. Don't think you can't do it, because 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to, I don't want. I can say something. I'm trying to give it G-rated so bad. So yeah, it's totally possible. Like, don't overthink it, because it is. Yeah, it's something
Put
that
your
anybody
stabilizer legs down.
Yeah, make sure stabilize
Yeah.
legs down.
And if you got
if you're hitched up, you can go a bit harder. Maybe. Just stay hitched up. If you're free camping, definitely try and plan it for them. Maybe
Right.
Gravel-
or just get a swag,
gravel-
throw the kids in the
gravel
swag,
pits.
and away you go. Like, you can just
gravel
go.
pits is a good. It's just like a nightclub.
Anyway, but us not having children, we do wonder
Oh,
how.
Mikhail's in the back, and yeah. We're gonna have children, so obviously it's just
That's something I always think. How the heck do people do it with kids?
You
So-
just
Yeah.
do.
You just
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
make it work. Like, I'm sure people have done worse things to try and have a session.
Oh,
so.
someone said in the car.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can just go
Get
outside.
creative.
Well,
Go free camping.
I
No,
don't want to
hey.
elaborate on that.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
car's a good spot. Yeah.
Well, who
Good
asked
spot.
that question? Oh, never
No,
done
never
traveling.
done.
You
You want to?
Oh,
they've
never done-
definitely
Yeah.
got some sex
All right.
undies to hang up. They've asked that question.
Oh, there you
Righto.
go. Yeah.
Hang
Never
undies.
done traveling. I hope you're on Instagram, so I hope you're still live.
It's DUNN.
Yeah,
Okay.
reach out, mate. Or whoever that was.
Sweet.
Yeah, ATX airbags helps a lot with the bounce. It definitely does.
Just don't pump them up too high. It
Yeah,
might get a bit rigid.
don't pump your bags too high.
All right, keep it.
Let's do some power
G-rated.
questions. What do you got? What do you got over there?
Have you had any warranty claims through Nissan? No.
I've had one.
Have
I
you?
had my viscous hub. So there's a little fan
Oh,
behind the
yeah.
radiator. My car overheated on a forward drive track. I know a couple of people have had these
That's
issues
knowing.
on old ones and new ones. Like if you pull up the lights on a hot day and the viscous hub the fan just wouldn't kick in, and your engine can get hot. And then what it does, it's got a safety feature in them that if it senses the car's getting a bit warm, it cuts the aircon out. So that was a bit of an issue. We had an issue. My dad had an issue in his car. Another couple of blokes had an issue. It was a bit of a pain to get sorted by Nissan, but it did. That's literally I guess my only warranty on it. So it wasn't a massive, showstopper. But that was definitely
Like in hindsight, for everything that we both do with the car and stuff, like,
Oh.
it's really nothing, is it? At the end of the day, yeah.
I
yeah.
reckon there's a question here which is quite good for you guys to answer, although I hope you can. So Leanne Cook just said meal planning on the road, and I was thinking about like prepping when you go off grid.
Oh, meal planning on the road. Yeah.
Mm.
Because nah, that's
I
boring.
only think
Pub
about.
We're-
I think
that's
about the
probably
dog.
more for the missus. We don't
I think about the dog.
just
That's all.
Yeah,
I
true.
don't care about.
yeah, find where the pub is. At least you got
We'll
to.
I'm always up for a snitty and a bloody schooner.
We'll do
at
a
the pub,
girls'
so-
live at some
Yeah,
stage.
we'll
and
do a
Yeah.
cover
girls'
stuff.
live actually.
Yeah,
They
that'd
can
be good
talk.
idea.
They can talk food.
If
and
you're
that
keen
boring
for that,
stuff.
give us lots of thumbs up about a girls' live
Yeah.
or more van life stuff.
Yeah, no,
Really
that's
stuff.
a good idea.
Yeah, let's do a little power. Russell Bentley, how do you find the noise of the engine, the car? Quiet. The patrols are that quiet inside.
It's actually surprising how like such a big engine, so much power, like you don't even notice it really.
Dash knows
Yeah.
how hard our snorkel sucks.
part-time tourers. Either of you guys had any issues with paint flaking? That's a good question. I haven't.
No, I haven't had
No.
any.
Yeah,
The only
Definitely
issue.
stone chips.
Oh,
Oh.
plenty of stone chips and lots of scratches, but other than that, well, I must admit, I will give. I know there's
Yes,
been a
to
lot of I don't know, heat around the I guess the thickness of the paint on the patrols and how thin they are.
It's
Got
thin.
one.
It is thin, yeah. But I've been quite surprised because I was just talking to someone today. We did a bit up at the Cape and I had like scratches galore. And there was some big ones there that I never thought were going to come out. And we got it fully detailed and broom, and literally every single scratch came out of it. I couldn't believe it. So I don't know. They could be varies between different models and different cars coming out. I don't know, but we've had a pretty good experience so far.
Yeah.
But then obviously you can go to your side of things with bush barriers and stuff. So
But
depends on
definitely
what you
have
want.
seen some people have paint issues though. It feels like all cars these days. I've seen people with Chevys
Yeah,
and stuff.
it
They're
seems like
getting stingy.
it
on
doesn't
their,
matter, yeah.
on their paint. We want this power. Yeah, so geez, plenty of. I think we need to get off and put the girls on here. There's a lot of
There's-
a lot of girl love going on
gonna
here.
say-
All the thumbs up coming
There's
through.
been a few saying girls go live from 8.
Yeah, Jesus
Oh.
Christ, we're at after hours.
Did you pay similar price for, or did you pay a similar price for our patrols?
Oh, for the patrols.
We bought
That's a
them at
good
the same
question.
place.
Well, oh yeah, we actually bought them. Not knowing, we actually bought them from
the same place.
West Coast
So-
Nissan in
Cairns.
Cairns. And not even only found
We
out a
just-
couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I
In
can't believe it.
conversation, we flooded out Colorado, so we needed a car to get home, and it was sitting there on the showroom floor. But I think we paid high 60s brand new or
Yeah.
something. You were saying, or
Yeah, it was
yours is
70
Series 5, so you're probably low 70s ish.
Oh, I think I probably got the cheapest patrol in the whole of Australia, but it was 72 and a half.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was before any of the COVID and everything else happened. So we're very lucky to jagged at the time because it was absolutely nothing available.
Yeah.
And Cairns was the only place that had them. But yeah, we were lucked out on the price. So
Yeah, those
Yeah.
prices are gone now, but you still
Oh, well and
for what
truly.
you get though, like your
I've
80s,
got-
90s, 100%.
One
Yeah.
here that's really good. Further up the track, have you had any issues with police on your travels,
That's good. Yeah, any issues with police?
or
Yeah,
just
it's
law
good.
in general, I guess, or anything?
Um,
I reckon
Pullovers.
I'm so much more tame than what I ever used to be before I hit the road. Like I've actually lost my license like 3 times way back as a teenager, and since
Jesus.
yeah, like
you go.
since hitting the road, like I've been very good on gaining points back, which is really nice for me.
He was a hoon.
I was an absolute hoon, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of cops. I don't know about you, but I
Yeah,
haven't
No
seen.
cops
not many.
Really?
Yeah, up north, there's bugger all. I
they're
had
very
the
scarce.
I actually had the cops called on me at a servo in Denmark in
Oh.
WA. The chick there come out and fueled my car without asking me and broke my bush barrier fuel cap, and I wasn't too happy about it. And
Amazing.
we couldn't come to an agreement, so she called the police, and they never rocked up because they had more important things to do. But
As you do.
I ended up getting a free bush barrier fuel cap out of them, so and I went down the road and filled up my fuel tank. So.
yeah.
That was my only running of the law. Such a badass.
What is your
Such a rebel.
towing speeds?
Yeah, towing speed is a good
one.
question.
That's a good one.
We're both in
well,
9,500.
yeah, on average around that sort of 95, I'd say. Yeah.
Great nomads.
Well, literally, like it. There's so many benefits to going around that 90 to 95 because you're saving fuel. It's towing better. It's there's so many like
We're not in a
Well,
hurry.
at WA,
Pros to it.
yeah, you have to go 100.
you
Yeah.
can't go over 100. So if you're over, I think it was
7 ton? No, 5 ton.
Yeah.
5
You
tons
do
up.
at WA,
Yeah,
you got to
so-
tow at 100.
so if you're towing a van, like you cannot go over 100.
Yeah.
That's all trucks and over a certain tonnage. So even if you wanted to try and go that little bit faster, you can't. But in saying that, you're only going to chew more fuel. It's not going to be practical. You're going to cost you more. There's all these cons to it. So
Yeah.
around about that sort of 90,
yeah, 95, 100.
100.
If you're in massive headwind, 50.
Yeah.
There's
Pull
a
over.
lot of bush barrier questions on the YouTube and the Insta because obviously if Chris doesn't have them, I've got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a big question we get a lot. Is obviously you're not meant to have them on full time. They're sort of made for just your temporary, weekend trips. That's what they're made for. But you can keep them on. We keep ours on pretty much full time. If not, we want to have them off. We can chuck them in the van somewhere or whatever, under the bed or whatever. But there is some maintenance involved. You sort of got to break the seal every couple of days and clean both surfaces, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But the amount of times that has saved us, like you can sort of see your car now. You got a good cut and polish and yeah,
It
like
came up. I should have probably got someone put them
yeah,
on there, but
it
Yeah.
saves everything.
That's great.
Yeah, Aussie Unlimited Destinations. The bush they don't fade in color. A little if you're in the sun all the time, but we sort of replace ours every 6 months because with the oh hang on, we have sorry. Never done. Oh, that's really nice. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt your question there. Never done traveling. They just said they've already got it all small, so pass on to someone in need. So that's really
Oh,
bloody
that's
nice of you
awesome.
guys. If the muck mat was still here, I'm sure if you got all smalls, you probably got a muck mat, but we would have got that to you guys. So that's really really nice on you. So let's
Very
open up to
Being honest.
whoever says
Big horse.
whoever says big horse across any of them,
Oh,
you
yes.
get it all small. So
Forgot all
go.
about-
So we've
Whoever's
got,
watching, to
we've
say
got 3 to go.
the first
So
person.
first 3
Well,
or first
I got
one?
a big-
We had Craig versus Leanne.
Holy
Oh,
hell!
Jesus
look at
Christ.
this one.
Hang on.
Check the time.
Oh,
can't
big
check
horse,
it.
Leanne.
Leanne Cook, and we
Leanne
had
Cook.
Oh, they both.
Yeah,
both
Craig,
get it at
Craig
the same
Wetzel.
time.
They're like
They both get it.
spot on
So
the
one
same
for
time.
each.
I'll go on.
We got
bugger.
2. There you go.
There you go.
All right, Craig Wetzler on YouTube and Leanne
Leanne
Cook, was it? Yeah,
Cook.
Leanne Cook.
Craig.
What's the highest fuel cost per
W-
litre?
ETZLE.
There you go. A lot of big horse.
Cool.
That's cool. Oh, there's gonna be plenty of people all smalls out there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool.
If you're wondering why the code word is big horse, maybe you should explain.
Yes.
We even have an explanation for
I don't
that.
think there is.
It's just a bit of a nickname. I don't know.
been a bit of a
Whenever
code
Josh
word
answers
for a while.
the phone, he says, "Hey, big horse."
Yeah, just a bit of lad banter. That's all that really is.
Yeah.
All right, we're past 5 minutes though. Let's just do a quick little.
Well, I've
What
got
else have we got to give away?
I got the big grand prize there that
Oh,
I had
okay, yeah.
for the live the
Yeah,
other
you've
night.
already done that.
Oh, have
You
I?
did it at the beginning.
Oh, you've
I
done it.
already
Yeah,
got the name
okay.
of them. I've already commented.
Oh, geez. Well,
Let's
there you
go.
Well behind.
There's been a lot of supercharger talk.
Oh, yeah.
I know Nath Grove, you're the last one to ask. I know I've been seeing supercharger talk flat out. And Luke Rod, 91 and 98. I know this is I know
Yes.
Chris is 91 life and I'm 98 most
That's
of
a
the time.
very it's a hot
So,
topic.
yeah,
it's a hot
it's-
topic. Well, how do you find it?
It's
mate?
hard. I notice the difference a little bit, not much, but
Is it worth the extra
Yeah,
30 or
it depends.
40 cents?
I think
don't know.
you wouldn't really know until you internally looked at. Like I think it's the stuff you don't see. It's like a diesel with like your catch can and stuff. Like it's not until you
Yeah.
sort of getting your intakes and stuff and see. I have seen a few around that around 91 like can be pretty dirty because the 98 definitely burns cleaner.
Mm.
But again, it's either like whatever you whatever you sort of feel comfortable running. Like either's fine. We've never seen one blow up because of running 91 or whatever like that.
Oh, well, what's the highest you've ever paid for fuel?
Oh,
That would have been just
yeah.
that would have been that
2
recent.
43 or something, wasn't it?
I think it was 244 or something.
Just below 250ish for 91. So
there was another ball Roadhouse that was quite
we were there
common
before
to be
that. That
high,
was
but-
before that big price hike though. So
yeah.
I wonder who won. That would have been the high twos. Like if we
Oh,
were paying that then
definitely.
at good times. That
Yeah,
would have been
geez, that sucked. That really sucked.
that would have been pretty long. Finch Turing, he said, Mertz, come have a crack at the
Finchy.
Your Mates Palmy challenge. So
We already did that with Finch.
yeah, I think
I-
we did that, mate. I think we already did the bloody
We did
Palmy
that.
challenge, but
I am
you
keen.
haven't been
as
there. You haven't
beans.
been there.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
I am an absolute advocate for these guys. I love the beer.
Yeah,
but,
so maybe we could do a meet up at Your Mates.
I feel like we're just going
We'll
to
book
spend
the-
like 6
We'll
months
book
on the
it
East
out.
Coast just
Finch.
catching up.
Finch, set
Finch,
it up.
you're the
Yeah, Finch, you go.
you're the influencer for bloody
Yeah.
for them, mate. Just book out the venue and we'll fill it out for them. let it hook it up and let me know.
Yeah, we'll
Set the
do
meat.
a massive catch up. That'll be sick.
Yeah, definitely set it up. A couple more. Let's just scroll back. You get. Oh, we're on
Do you
Insta.
consider yourself a full-time traveler or a full-time tourist?
Full-time traveler, full-time tourist?
Oh, that's I like that.
That's full-time traveler. I would
It's
say.
traveling. Yeah, you're taking it. A tourist. I would say a tourist is someone that smashes through things, and because you're only there for a limited amount of time because you're touring around. But then if you're a full-time, you've got all the time in the world to do whatever the hell you want.
Mm.
So I'd say, it would be full-timers because there's no real rush. There's no reason to smash through locations in different states and stuff. Like, take your time.
Yeah.
It's full-time. If you want to smash through, I guess you'd be classed as a tourist. So
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
full-time.
Yeah, definitely full-time. There's a lot of people out there do the 6-month trips and say they're traveling full-time. What would you classify? Like, how do you get the rank of full-time traveler?
Yeah,
Like,
what is the
You know,
Okay.
like
turning
a
point?
12-month.
I
plus,
reckon
or-
it'd be a 12-month plus.
Yeah, and then you sort of.
If you put yourself in a category like, because that's
no home?
I
at
feel
home?
like
Yeah,
we have to
no
explain why
home.
we're in our hometown
Yeah.
now.
literally sold up, everything done. Yeah, like you're literally relying on your car and caravan, and you've been on the road for probably 12 months plus. I'd say that'd be a good way to sort of indicate a full timer.
Neck and end, but no end date. So if you plan to go home
yeah,
January
yeah.
next year,
Mhm.
you're just on a
You're
trip.
just a free bird.
You're you're on a long trip. So
What about the missus snoring while you're doing it, Chris? I regret even saying that. I was like, hang on, well, this could be funny. And it's like,
name and shame him. Who was that?
who was that? That's Terry Hobson.
Terry Hobson.
Thanks
Jesus
for that,
Christ,
bloody
mate.
perler. Jesus.
Bloody hell. Must be
Feeling
a,
the
must
love.
be a Toyota owner, surely. Josh Roberts on YouTube. Would you recommend a young couple to do a trip around Australia? Bloody oath.
Absolutely.
Oh, it shouldn't
Bloody
matter
oath,
how
mate.
old you are or anything. Like,
Again, man, as long as you got a license, bloody get out there, mate. But
Yeah.
again, just again, you have it. You know, you got to be half prepared. You know, with your setup and some funds. Like, we did a video 6 months, like 3 months. If you have 15 grand in the bank, you can do a decent 3 month trip. Like,
oh yeah,
15 and 20 grand in the bank, you're living comfortably for, you know, that 3-4 months. So
but you can budget hardcore too and do
Oh,
free
yeah.
camping. You can
Yeah.
do your own cooking. Like,
Budget
there's
hard.
so many different ways you can do it. Like, there's almost no excuse to get out and have a crack.
Yeah.
Like, you'll find something that works for you, whether it's like the best or the average sort of setup. Like, you can make it work. There's
Yeah.
definitely something out there for
just
everybody.
whatever you got, you don't need the biggest setup. Just whatever you got, just buddy, get out there.
I got a question for Josh, right?
Yeah.
So our audience, because it's come up heaps tonight, hashtag lick the stick.
I just
because-
read that
Oh,
then. I
yeah,
was
I've been
like,
getting about that over here
"Oh."
too, and I
So
don't know
that's
if I want to ask.
no. So Chris has a problem with paddle pop sticks. He can't deal with like wood in his mouth
Oh.
and wooden cutlery.
Don't
you
say
have a
wood in
weird-
my mouth.
You have
Yeah.
issues with that in the Berkeley, mate.
Yeah. Do you have a weird thing
What
like
stays in
that?
Berkeley?
Oh, okay.
Any weird thing? Yeah, that's a good question
You're
actually.
clean.
Not
Yeah, he's
really.
OCD
I've
when it
got
comes to
OCD,
cleaning.
but that's not like licking sticks. But
Yeah, well, you get the blower out 24/7. You're
I do love
blowing,
a
you're blowing
blower.
everything.
I do love a blower.
Vacuum. He bought it himself a new vacuum. 'cause
Yeah, but that's not weird. That's not
it's not
weird.
weird.
Honestly, not really. Not that I can think of. Like,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll ask you later.
yeah, nothing. Yeah,
If we think of anything, we'll let you
nothing
know.
really. So yeah, that's a good question though.
You guys should do a patrol and wife swap for a week.
We're definitely getting after hours here.
Yeah,
We're
it's definitely
definitely
ticked
getting
over to
after it.
overtime now.
We got one more all smalls to give away.
Oh, we do.
I
Okay.
reckon you call it an evening.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Give
do a
another,
girls
give
and
another
another
5
night.
minutes.
No,
Come on.
we're
We're
still-
holding.
Oh, look what
We're
Finch
whole-
just said.
Don't ever ask Mertz to help spot you for reversing the Caravan. He bloody backed his van into the shed. I saw it. We're holding the audience. Let us know. Let's know. Let's give us a couple of emojis, a couple of fires. Keep us going if you want another 10 minutes out of us.
Yeah. You want to keep us,
Just
keep
give us some
rambling
love.
on.
Give us some motivation to
Smash the questions.
keep
What
going
else is
through.
going
We're
on?
just gonna start smashing questions. So get them in.
Quick question.
We got
Hot seat.
3 channels we're trying to cover here, so we're trying to spread the love.
Oh, here we go. Look at them go. This
Yeah,
is
there you
sick.
go. They're keen. What would you gadget, Mason? What would you replace the Y62 with?
Oh, that's a
it'd
good
be around
question.
2500 for me. That's
Yeah.
pretty much all I'd replace it for, just for that towing capacity and the towing. 100%.
Unimog.
100%. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice, actually.
Oh, someone sent us $1.99 ice cream.
No, I got an ice cream.
Oh,
Jeez.
thanks.
That's,
At least you didn't have to lick a
stick.
stick.
No stick.
Oh, I
It's-
like it. I
It's
like it.
stickless.
That's my kind of ice cream right there.
Food bill or fuel bill larger? Fuel all day.
Yeah, like 110%.
We did do a breakdown this, and on our 6 months, I broke down all my figures. I'm a spreadsheet kind of guy, so we wrote all that down. We're about to do a 12-month one too of all our figures. So, but yeah, fuel's the killer, especially when you're paying high $1.90s all day when you're
yeah.
when you're out and about. So,
Oh, what
have
do we
you
got?
ever been weighed on your trip?
Wade.
The car. You probably want to weigh us.
Have I ever weighed the car?
No, have you ever been weighed, like pulled over?
Pulled over. No.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've just recently heard that something happened back in Queensland, or it might have been New South Wales,
Yes.
and it was a huge like a pullover thing. And I feel like it's the government finally pulling their finger out to do something about this, because there are some crazy setups out there, and it's really unsafe, and it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I want to try and do something that can change that side of things.
It keeps coming up.
And we haven't been pulled over personally, but I feel like it will start to happen a lot more. And you're really getting me sidetracked here, but yeah, no, I havenn't been weighed, no, but it definitely needs to happen. There's a lot of restrictions that aren't in place for these things to happen, and it needs to be more of it, because I tell you what, you only have to drive around for a couple of days and you see some crazy things.
Yeah, don't let it be the fear of being weighed to be overweight. Like just obviously do your figures, do your maths, and just try and.
You don't want to hit the road with like $100+ grand of gear and run off the road and never get paid out. Like that that's the biggest thing I can
Plenty of weight heat going on though. So
Yeah.
definitely
Holy
do
jeez.
definitely do numbers.
What a question.
I think you need
You've had someone pay for that question. So
It's happened a lot in our
That's
feed.
$2, Emily. Jeez, I was waiting for this, and it's finally come up. What's the gossip on TAV?
this is your question, mate.
Yeah,
Someone paid for that question.
Bloody hell. I'm gonna give you $2 worth of bloody interest here. It's I don't know what the gossip is. Like, if there's any gossip, it's we've tried catching up a few times. We've done a few things to reach out and help out where we can, as most people probably have, and really got nothing in return. So I'm only going off my own personal opinion. I'm not out here to speak for anybody else but myself. But we've tried, and we've heard quite a lot of things from other people on the traveling community and people that follow us that are having the same sort of experiences, I would say. So I don't know. If you've experienced something, then obviously you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you're probably thinking, well, what's going on? I'm gonna leave it at that. At the end of the day, like, I'm not here to shoot people and expose people and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm only talking from my personal experience, and it's
a tricky question because you can obviously make it sound like you're saying it for the wrong reason, or whatever. Again, like bagging someone out there. But again, we're real people, real experiences, and
we're all doing the same thing. We're all making memories, having fun, traveling Australia. That's what it's about. Like, there shouldn't be gossip. There shouldn't be all this talking behind people's backs and things like that. But yeah, there's
a lot of stupid competition that goes on in the background that no one sees, which we both think is just ridiculous.
It's schoolyard,
absolutely ridiculous.
Bullshit. Like, it is. It's ridiculous.
It just takes the whole thing away from just getting people out traveling, doing what they love, meeting new people, having that like, this is a community, like, this traveling for driving, like, it's such a big community, which is what it should be about. And I think that's slowly starting to change a little, which I personally don't like.
Yeah,
I know you guys don't like it either, because look, it's not real. So
but at the end of the day, caravanning 101 is enjoying yourself and meeting new people on the road.
Yeah,
it's getting outside your comfort zone and doing something you probably never thought you'd do, and meeting like-minded people along the way.
Like you guys.
That's in it. Yeah, this is a perfect example. Like, right now.
Yeah,
like, we've got really good friends out of this now, and we'll forever catch up. And it's because we hit the road and we're out doing the same sort of stuff. Like, even if you weren't traveling, like, it doesn't matter.
Just keep doing whatever you do. There's enough space for everyone to do whatever you want to do. So
don't let anyone tell you can't do something.
Whatever that is, do that. If you don't like what someone else is doing, don't follow them. And just do your thing, and that's it. And there'll be no issues.
There's so many bloody things going through now.
Just you do you. So.
I have a question.
I
want to hear some thumbs up if you want this. Would you like to do like a caravan getaway in Queensland?
Yeah.
Like,
what was the word that we is like
go to a
rally?
4-drive park, do a rally for a couple of nights,
like
and have people come stay.
Oh, come stay.
For a couple of nights.
That's kind of like that 4-drive thing I was talking about. We can like make it a 2-3 days sort of.
Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, like a 1 night, 2 night sort of setup. We can come camping, we can make fires, we can go full drive, we can do all sorts of stuff. Like, I reckon that'd be really cool, because that, again, it's like bringing the community together and like just doing what we love. I reckon that'd be awesome. There's tons of like, look at the thumbs up coming.
We got. There's a quick trip travelers. I'm going to call them out here. They've gone bullshit. Everyone travels to be a social media star. I just smack my head face. I really want to smack that head back. That's absolutely ridiculous. So if you're out there trying to do, like I said, the thing with the YouTube, you're trying to start a YouTube channel to be a star or influence, whatever you reckon, you're doing it for the wrong thing, and you're not going to last that long at all. And this is a fake thing that people sort of get that outlook on, of thinking like, doing this for money, or think you're getting paid 50 grand a month from YouTube. Like, that's not how it works. Like, we've got different ways of how we make money to these guys. Like, our situation is different. Like, everyone's is different. It's how you sort of go about it, how you're going to come across. But thinking that people are just magically getting paid all this money to do whatever,
it's really
very wrong.
It's a hard business to sustain and make reliable, because you have to put a ton of work in to get anything back. And even like, you can put in all the work possible you can to physical ability, but it doesn't mean that people are going to like it. And if you're not getting people that like your content and like what you do, you're not going to have anything. And you're doing hours of work for what? Nothing, to get paid nothing. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. I've always said it, like, it's not the easiest job. And there's a lot of things in the background that need to happen before anything's successful. It's like anything in this world. You got to work hard for it, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So
yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
if you're out there this is the problem we find with here. If you're out there to your sole reasons to be an Instagram or YouTube star, you're not going to last the time, because you're doing things that are not natural, because you're just trying to keep your audience and impress people and stuff. Like it just doesn't last. So
Enough about.
yeah, no, that was
Together.
it. Yeah,
No, it's
no,
gotta be
that
said. It's
wasn't
gotta be
about
said.
that.
Yeah,
That was
in
just a
general
general thing, which is a very big misconception. So
Are
it's good to
you
get out there the
worried
elephant in the room.
about getting back into the property market once you finish traveling? From Julie Lipman.
are you worried about getting back into the property
Property market.
market? So buying another house, like no. What's my
Do you
It's
want
like-
to get back in the property market?
No.
no?
See,
Yeah.
I'd be happy if I never lived in a house for the next 5-10 years or ever again. Like it,
Mm.
honestly, like once you get this lifestyle and you find something that works for you and you just enjoy everything about it, like to go back to a house now for us personally just be weird. I don't know, because it's been 2 years now. I mean, never ever even thought about going back into a house. Like it's like a strange thought to even have. So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, like I'd happily just go and get like a shed house or something like that. Have a few bits and pieces in there, just enough if you wanted to use it as a base to pull up and spend a couple of weeks, get some things done on the car or caravan, and then hit the road again and take off.
100%.
So
Everyone's different. Like
No,
we,
that's
we,
right,
we know
yeah.
people that have traveled for a year and they're like, get me back into a house. Like,
yeah. Some
But
people
again,
can't do it.
if that's your plan, or like don't sell everything and only have 40 grand in your account and you have no way of getting a house again, like I don't recommend that. So
Yeah,
obviously,
no.
if that's your plan on buying another house, make sure you're prepared to get back into the market, and or maybe just rent your house out or whatever. So but yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely not a worry. There's been a couple of so Stephen Carlin on YouTube,
Oh.
three-way or two-way fridge, best for free camp. Have you got a 12-volt? You got a
With
compressor
two.
fridge?
Compressor,
Yeah. So there's someone said before, three-way or compressor fridge. So compressor all day, I think.
Oh, 100%.
yeah, we've had both. You would have had.
No,
Three-way? Oh,
we
you
haven't had one, but I'm only
Yeah.
just going off other people's opinions and what they've told me about
Well, we've had
what
one.
they've
Yeah.
like there's a few little things that need to happen, and you can have more issues and more things go wrong. And I just feel the compressor is just the easiest way to go. Like look at today with the amount of battery systems
They use
and
bugger all
technology.
power. Like they use bugger all. And
yeah.
we had a 3A fridge, and they're good, like running off gas, or you have the options, which is good. But we found one up in Cape, it just didn't cut it. Like it just wasn't. Well, I was continually touching my meat to see if it was too hot, and just keeping an eye on it. So I was really, really trying to keep an eye on that. And it didn't hold up to the hot conditions. So
hot meat.
I think you don't want hot meat.
No
so,
one likes hot meat.
No, yeah, exactly. But you got to. I'd compress it all day. I think obviously it's a bit more. But most it's pretty hard out to just come at a new van with a 3-way fridge these days. They're sort of phasing out.
I've just been asked. I was waiting
Pretty
for
quick.
a lot more of these questions, but someone's just asked when we get in the van. Like, it's hopefully going to be around that July, August sort of time, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Sorry, guys, I'm not giving you anything at all, but
Inbox me and I'll tell you.
yeah. Just
That's exciting. That's coming up.
his
That's coming up
DMs.
quick. That's coming up.
It's
really
coming
quick.
up very quick. Like it felt like such a long time ago when we were even talking about it. Like it's been like a good nearly 12 months. So again, too, like if anyone thinks that we're getting any special attention stuff, it's not that way. We're just like anybody else trying to get our thing built. And we're finally getting to stages now that we're sort of talking plans and what we want to do and that. But I'm not going to give you any inklings or any like small details. But July, August, hopefully, it all should be pretty good. So.
Got one here. He said this about, I reckon, 10 times now. I think he's copy pasting. So Tristan Cartner, air suspension on the van, is it worth it? Chris, how's your coil springs going? So air suspension versus springs.
Yeah, suspension versus core. A lot of suspension questions.
Yeah.
But you haven't had airbags yet, have you?
No,
No.
but I understand the absolute potential of it. Like it makes sense. If you do enough of what we do, you'll understand that it will be a benefit. It will be a pro to have in the van and just looking after the longevity of it and whatnot. But
Yeah, all day.
All-
Airbags
yeah, like-
all day. If you can afford it in your budget for your van,
yeah,
once you do it, you won't go back. As
Yeah.
simple as just like even the times we've been camping, as simple as having to put the level blocks out and then just sit up and I just go and I'm level. Like
oh,
as
there's
simple as
so many
that,
times. I'm just like,
is-
how's this guy here? He's just done a couple of fingers and it's like he's done. So,
It's worth its weighting gold.
but I will touch on the core side of things. Like at the end of the day, it does the job.
Yeah,
you can
100%.
you can still go places. It doesn't restrict you. if anything, it's just got to get under and have a look around and stuff. But it's like any other suspension. Like it does the job. And while I'm on that subject, I've been asked a few times too of semi and full off-road vans. I don't know. From my experience, I reckon you could still go to nearly 80% of locations
We
in
just
a
did a video.
semi.
We just did a video on that. Yeah,
Oh,
we,
did you?
yeah, we had a.
there
Oh,
you
you don't
go.
watch my stuff.
No, I
man.
don't watch it
Gee,
anymore.
there you go. Maybe subscribe. Yeah, we just did one because we had a leaf spring, semi off-road van. We've done Cape York and all that stuff in that, and no dramas. Like, 100% you can do it. You're just gonna have more comfort. You might have to pick a couple of different lines and things like that, but literally at the end of the day, if you want to take it somewhere, there's a very good chance you'll be able to take it where you want. Like, you don't need a full off road to go everywhere. It's very accessible. Most of don't ever let that be a showstopper.
No, definitely not.
100%. All right,
Well,
quick little
one more all
Finish with
smalls
a
to give
shoey.
away,
one more. All right, we'll go.
and a request to finish with a shoey.
I'm wearing
I'm
wearing
actually-
thongs.
I'm about to piss myself, so I'm absolutely killing for that. Let's just go a quick. Let's just do a quick little. What can we smash out?
Dirt or sand driving is best.
Dirt or sand?
Well, I'd go. Well, it depends.
Sand,
If you want to have fun in that, sand, definitely. It's amazing what the controls can do on sand. Like, they're an absolute weapon.
Yeah. Do you guys do oil changes, minor service yourself, or do you stop at local workshops? I don't do nothing myself on the road. Yeah. It is hard to find someone good especially when you're north and west.
That's a hot topic. That's a really hot topic.
definitely hard. That's been the biggest thing. Why even you guys being back in SA over dashes and that, like, just having someone that knows these cars and going over it properly. They're definitely a bit of a struggle.
Well, I guess the more you realise and understand and learn about the cars, like, there's things that Nissan won't even touch. So to find somebody that can change things like the trans oil and stuff, that blew my mind when I even found out about that. It's meant to be lifetime oil. That doesn't make sense to anyone, I don't think. So to have someone that knows how to change that and do all that stuff for you is definitely right up there.
Yeah.
I reckon I got your last giveaway. How many items can an all smalls hold?
Oh, that's a good
we've got an all smalls question. It's going to show you. Can maybe jump on the internet quickly just to give you a little.
You want to be quick?
So you got to be quick. So how many items can you hang on your all smalls? So it can hang up to how many
X
items? X amount of items. So
12.
It's a lot of knickers. Oh Jesus, Russell.
Oh, 18. There, someone.
Oh,
I think Russell had that.
Yeah, Russell.
You said Russell, and then that one came through.
Yeah, Russell, have you got one though, mate? Like, how did you know that? So that was. Let us quickly know if you haven't got one, mate. If you just quickly reply if you haven't got one.
I got Captain Kipper 86. Have you got an all smalls?
Jesus, must be all G strings if he's running 86.
That's a fair bit.
Russell doesn't have one. There you go, Russell.
Hey,
that was
congratulations,
that was spot on.
You nailed that.
He must be in the market then if he knows that. So,
69.
Russell, apparently you just won the last. I'm going to clear it out.
Yep,
so
sure, that's everything.
we're absolutely cleared out. So that's awesome, guys. So everyone's on the 18. Everyone's trying their luck now. They come for 18.
Probably the only one pair of Mrs. Undies.
Let's just pick one more question each. Let's go an Instagram question.
You go Instagram or find something on here.
Because we've been on it for an hour and a half. I knew this was gonna.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like, it gets away now. It's cool. This was gonna have a bit of fun.
Give us a couple of have you guys enjoyed this? Has it been good?
Yeah. Do you want to see more of this
stuff?
Yeah.
Just let us know. Give us a bit of love or a bit of thumbs down if it wasn't that good. Hopefully it's all good. Like, we've kept the audio. We've kept nearly over 100 on Insta the whole time.
Yeah,
These guys have smashed us on YouTube, but there's been a lot of people up. So
this is actually, I love it because we've done this a couple of times now, as most of the people that follow us would know. And I think the more we do it now, the more it's going to happen, because I think it's scary because it's something new and it's fresh. It's like, oh, how's it going to go? Because it's proper live. Anybody can jump on or not jump on, and it could be quite scary. You could be sitting there talking to yourself, and it's like, ugh. But now that we're doing it, we're sort of learning a bit more about it. So I definitely can see this happening a lot more. Whether it's with these guys again, or we might even start doing it with other people on the road and stuff. So if you guys are keen for that and you want to see more of that, let us know. Let us know in the comments.
That's what it's all about. I've got a question here from Tildy's. Oh, I'm not even saying that right. What is that name there? Tildy's Travel Oz. There's been this is a question for you guys. How have the kids benefit on the road? Do you still have the hard parenting days? There's been a lot of kid questions coming through.
Oh,
so,
What was the question?
hang on, I'm sorry, it just keeps getting buried. How have the kids benefit on the road? Do you still have hard parenting days?
Always.
Yeah.
It's no. This is what I stress to people so much. It's no different to being at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're literally all you've done is you've changed from a house to a house on wheels, and you're traveling around, like you're moving. Like what you would do normally at home with kids and homework, and like I don't know, having the hard days and the good days, it doesn't change. It's the same as what we get every day. We still like Jada's testing. She's 8 going on 18. She looks perfect on camera sometimes, but then there's other times she's not. But it's the reality of it. Like, yeah,
The same as
100% we do. Yeah, Jack's the same. He's coming into his 3s now. Like, he's past the terrible 2s, but I think he's a bit delayed, and the 3s are going to be quite interesting. But yeah, it doesn't change. That's the big thing I've always said. So
it's a bit like it's even like your partner as well. Like it's I'm not gonna say we found like we've been better. Like we've never bad, but like we've found it better. But if you're got a rocky, crappy relationship at home, and you might be belting up the missus, you're probably going to belt her in a caravan. So it's not really going to change the situation. Like it could sometimes be better. I didn't mean that in a bad way.
probably a bad example.
The girls shaking their head, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like it's if you're not getting along well at home, it's either gonna
it's testing.
It's probably gonna test you guys more. So
well, you got to think about it. Like you've gone from a big house into basically a shoebox. So you've just crammed everybody. If you got like us, you got 2 other kids. Like you got you 2 and the kids on top of each other 24/7 all day every day. So you got to keep that in mind too. So if things aren't great at home and things aren't flowing and you're having issues and stuff, probably not a great idea to
punching me. So that's sorry. a couple will know what I'm like. But yeah, 100%. Like I said, it all comes down to like if someone says like, "Oh, what's it like traveling with kids or your partner?" It's going to come down to that because it's right for you guys. It might not be. You got to assess your own situation. Same as a dog traveling with your dog.
Yeah.
Like for us, it's great, but for other people, it's it's going to be hard. So again, assess your situation at home before you head out. So. We're going over again. We can't stop.
Call it a night.
All right, we're
gonna do another one if you love it.
All right, we're gonna call it a night. It's just gone.
This is going
ridiculous.
Awesome. This is great.
That's so good. So, thanks so much for jumping on. It's an hour and a half. We could literally sit here all night. We probably are going to get told off by someone. We're talking really loud at the caravan at the caravan park here. So
you get a noise warning soon.
It's only 8.
How good's that? How many was that? 15 prizes left? What did we have a lot?
Oh, there was a hell of a lot.
How many names?
12.
Oh, 12. Yeah, we had 12. Yeah. We had 12 prizes all up. So
that's awesome.
That's absolutely wicked. So
definitely see this happening again, and it's just great to be able to chat to you guys. You can just get on board, throw out some questions, have them answered right then and there. But then it's a good way for you guys to see what other traveling families doing on the road, and working together and sort of collaborating and doing all that sort of stuff. So. What's
Sean's fun?
Oh, here we go. Wear a nappy next time, Josh.
Why is that, Terry?
Because you said you need to leave.
Oh yeah. Did you win a prize?
I got plenty in the.
We'll give you one of Jack's.
All right. I'm gonna go shortly, Terry, on their page.
I'll stretch them out for you. So
I'm killing. It was so worth it.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
Thanks heaps. And look again, like if you're on our channel, our Instagram, make sure you head over and follow these guys. Again, we're doing the same stuff, traveling around. So. Share the love around, support any little bits and pieces that they're all doing to keep things rolling. So again, the girls are in now. So
on a side note, I'm going to throw this in there so that they don't forget. If you haven't subscribed to our channels or you haven't subscribed to one or the other, jump on, subscribe. Make sure you like these videos. We will keep doing these because it's been really fun. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, 100%.
We've started the beast now. We're just gonna smash it now.
Roll with it.
Yeah. This is really cool. So
definitely. Oh, now for the shoeys. I haven't got much. I could do a quarter. I've only got half a can.
He's got a shoe.
You've got an actual shoe. I've got a.
I'll try.
Oh,
I've only got half a drink.
I'm gonna finish off me.
Jesus Christ! Hang on. Yeah, these might. Yeah,
I can't believe this.
Do it over your get on your pants.
Hang on, I haven't stood anything.
Hang on, we'll do it together.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, who said that?
I don't know.
I know it's been kind of.
He needs to be blacklisted.
Yeah, thongy.
I think there was actually a couple that came through. Yeah.
Oh man, no, no. Put a bit of.
I'm so glad I got a thong.
I don't want to get it on my bloody jumper. I've got dog hair in there.
It's a nice cocktail.
I mean, how much can you got? I haven't got that much.
I haven't got that much, but it's enough to get the bloody
Yeah,
thing
all
going.
right.
You all right? You good?
Yeah, pour it in. Well,
Alright.
you got to go.
I have to,
do
I have to
that
just go
slow.
straight. You pour it in, and then I'll.
These are my good shoes.
I can't believe you actually.
Oh, these are my good Nikes. You better appreciate this.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You're tripping on me sock.
Oh,
All right, you owe me a new pair of shoes.
holy.
That actually
hell.
tastes all right. Lucky it's Jack Daniels. All right, we're gonna go clean
yeah.
up now.
Oh wow.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Had
We had a
bit of
freaking
tang
ball.
to it.
So
Yeah, that's been awesome, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And you'll definitely see our faces again on the tube and another live sometime soon, I reckon. I don't think I'll be doing the thongy anymore.
Yeah.
no.
Hashtag
All right,
Kongi.
crew.
Right,
See you down
catch
the
you
tracks.
guys. Thank you so much.
ya.
See ya. Oh.
Oh, there it is.